and shine, you guys. All right. So today is Monday, Moon's Day. It is May the 5th. All right, so we're in this like 555 portal. I want to call it the 555 portal. It's like 5/5 of 2025. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. One second. What time is it? It's 10:44 a.m. as we're starting this reading right now. And we're at the planetary hour of, what's this? The sun. All right, so in today's transit, we are looking at the Mercury sextile to Jupiter energy. All right, and in Aries and in Gemini. We've got the moon in Leo with a sextile to Jupiter, biquintile to Saturn, a trine over to Chiron, a biquintile energy to Neptune. And then we're going to be seeing the quincunx energies over to the North Node, a square to Uranus, a biquintile to Venus, the quincunx over to Saturn. And then when the moon ingresses into Virgo, we will see the quintile energy over to Neptune in Aries, Venus in Aries, and then also to Pluto in Aquarius. Okay. Later on looks like a shit show. I'm gonna be honest. That's what I'm looking at. Where are we right now? We're with the moon at 27 degrees and 26 minutes, so it looks like it's closest to Saturn's quincunx. 27 degrees, 26 minutes. Saturn's at 28 degrees and 18 minutes. All right, so within the next hour or 2 hours, we'll be hitting the transit of the quincunx energy starting over to Saturn and Pisces. And it looks like for the rest of the day is all quincunx energies. All right, the moon ingresses into Virgo at 3:40 p.m. And we are currently right now in the waxing phase, but we're past that first quarter moon in Leo, okay? Welcome in, you guys. Shay, welcome in. Christina, Contessa, and Divine Hazel, welcome in, you guys. All right, so moon in Virgo later. That means that we got to get ready for opposition energy, quincunx energies. We do have by tomorrow Mercury conjuncting Chiron in Aries. All right, we do have a Venus sextile Pluto energy tomorrow as well. So the energy for today, it looks like the goodness is already passed by, a shit show for the rest of the day. That's what I'm getting. All right, today I woke up super duper like tired. So get some rest. Welcome in. God bless you too, my love. Let me just see here. Sabian symbol for 28 degrees of Leo. Let's see. Many little birds on the limb of a large tree. All right, so the last 5 degrees of Leo speaks about optimism. It says to focus upon opportunity provided we function within the scope of our ability to concentrate the attention. Our opportunities are numberless. Focusing upon optimal opportunity, no matter how far we advance, life will always throw up challenges and examinations. The realized person is not excused from such tests and struggles. It's just that they have learned from their experiences how to focus the mind and how to affirm optimism without ignoring or denying the issue at hand. Such focusing is the optimal operation of choice, and trying to do too much would stop us from doing anything especially well. All right. So it speaks about ramification. It's that at defining moments in life, we must opt for that which feeds our long-term goals. 1 second. Interesting. I'm over here warming up the soup that I made last night because I was like, I want to eat. I just want it to be ready by the time I finish this read. All right, let's get into it. I pulled Oracle of the Radiant Sun, Chakra Insight Oracle. Obviously, we're going to start with the chakra first. Rise and shine, you guys. Welcome in, Susan. Whoa. I don't know why I feel like I'm such in a reading mood. What did I say we wrote? That's why. Okay. That's why. So my Mercury is in Aries, and my Aries placement is in 3rd house, which is all about communication. And it's sextile to Jupiter today, so that's part of like my hobbies. That's crazy. Throat chakra energy. Look how she has the key to like speak honesty. All right. So truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. That's crazy. I said that. All right. So seeing. Perspective, truth, knowledge, as well as clarity. So maybe you need to communicate some knowledge that you have for today. All right, let's read out honesty real quick. Number 31. Says honesty opens up the door to true freedom. Honesty is the currency of inner strength. Experience the power of sharing your truth. The card's story, it says, with eyes searching outside of herself for an answer, a young woman comes to realize that in truth, she is already holding the key to her freedom in this moment. By claiming the courage to genuinely express what's in her heart, she opens an inner doorway to illuminate her entire experience. Complications unravel, confusion dissolves, and the path forward is open and it's clear. So the card's message, it says, the card is all about truth, to live in honesty and to live in honestly and truthfully, being honest in the words and actions, or in your words and actions. While sometimes honesty seems like a difficult path to walk, it says in the end it is the only way that truly fulfills and sustains us. When you can speak your truth without attachment to how others respond, then you are truly free to be yourself. When we gossip about others or speak dishonestly in any way, there is a part of us that knows it. If we go along with something that isn't aligned with who we really are, we feel it deep inside. By acting outside of our integrity, we betray a part of ourselves, and in doing so, we move away from our soul's path. This card is called to new levels of honesty and transparency. It is time to honor your values and beliefs and to live in alignment with these. If there are things that need to be said, now may be the time to speak up. If you are living in ways that are not aligned with who you came here to be, now is the time to be honest with yourself. If you feel blocked or stuck in your relationships because of hidden truths or unshared feelings, take this opportunity to come clean. Talk about it, write about it, find ways to honestly express yourself. Your world will be transformed. Honesty puts you on the path to fulfilling your life's purpose and lights up your steps along the way. The more you live in alignment with your truth, the more clearly the universe can move and work through you. The truth will set you free. Cindy, welcome in, sweetie. So yes, that's what's happening. All right, so speaking your truth today and being honest about it. It's the key to, I want to say, you being able to just express yourself and not feel, I always say I don't understand why people lie. Like, that's a burden that you have to hold on yourself. Like, why are you lying? Right? Like, it hurts you. It doesn't hurt anybody else. So just try to be as honest as possible today with whatever it is that you have to communicate about. All right. Try to see things in a different perspective as well. As you speak your truth, it's kind of be like tap into the energy of either you want clarity about something or give the other person clarity if that's what they're looking for, is honesty. So that way you don't have to hold that burden within. That's what it feels like. Well, that's weird because I've never seen this card come out that deck. I mean, we've been pulling for almost, what, 2 weeks now? All right, let's see. So throat chakra today and the third eye. We've been in heavy, like, upper chakras for the past couple days. All right. Especially at the crown. So you might need to take, like, a step back or something. All right, to clear something up. I just heard enter at your own risk. It's too early, Jazz. It's too early. I'm laughing because that's what I legit just heard. Like, enter at your own risk. I mean, if you are taking a risk and speaking your honesty, it might just be a good thing. We'll see. All right. So I'm being heavily drawn to like the key right here. All right. I'm being drawn to the key right here. And I just said that tomorrow, the 6th, we're going to see Mercury conjunct Chiron. So this is like communicate what is your core wound. The key to you getting past whatever is hurting the fuck out of you. Moon in Virgo. Here's the moon in Scorpio. So this has to do with your deep emotional feelings here. Saturn and the moon, that's opposition of like a mother father figure. So that could be the dynamic of you having a conversation with your partner. I don't know. All right. And then Mercury in Aquarius. This is the energy of like the 6 of Swords in tarot. So there's something about here, originality. All right. Like be you. You don't got to be nobody else. All right. Saturn in Aries, moon in Scorpio, and Mercury in Aquarius. This is kind of giving me like, have the power to tap into your deep emotional feelings. And if you're choosing to move forward, at least speak your truth about it and why you're doing that. Okay. Saturn and Cancer on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Why are you doing this? Like, what is the risk of you doing what it is that makes you so original? Something about a love affair. Okay. Venus in Leo energy. I'm seeing the 11th house and the 5th house in opposition here. I also see the 8th house. So heavy fixed energies. Yeah. Saturn in Aquarius. Heavy fixed energy here. All right. Let me just see something. So the affair card says this is a deep dramatic love affair, a showy lifestyle, excessive luxury and extravagance, and or some sort of show business. Maybe you do something that's very original that puts you in the spotlight, and they may feel that your energy is being drawn to just that, which makes you have specifically take a risk with whatever else is around you in connection to your deep emotional feelings. The power that it gives you is what I'm feeling. All right, so what is it? Mercury and Scorpio. Not Mercury and Scorpio, Mercury and Aquarius. Originality. So something that you find a new approach with, an idea that necessitates drastic change, an unusual research result, a shocking announcement, and or some sort of invention or something innovative. So this could be you shocking the shit out of somebody by having connections to this Venus Leo energy. I don't know. I feel like you took the risk to take your power back emotionally by communicating your truth, all right, in connection to you having your love drawn to something else. It could be, 5th house could be, you know, creativity, your hobbies. It could be legit a love affair. It could be that, you know, something else makes you happy. That's just what it is. Let's see. Look at that. Who's on the bottom of the deck? The 6 of Swords. So that's that Mercury in Aquarius energy. Show me the risk. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. The Death card came out, and why something ended, or why you took a risk in transforming a specific situation here. It kind of like you have to hold up your boundaries with this person, or there seems to be some sort of blockage there. The need to protect yourself. The King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. These two, this feels like a divorce. Like boundaries up because there's a divorce happening here. All right, something's fully like, you took a risk, now it's over. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Yeah, this was your soulmate. Maybe now you feel indecisive whether you want to move forward with this person or not. Or if you made the right choice moving forward, ending something with this person. Yeah, it's a lot of heartbreak there. A lot of sorrow. Show me the moon in Scorpio. This is like love turned into hate, vice versa. Like you tapping deep into your, you know, your power, your deep emotional feelings led you to do something. Ten of Pentacles. Something that was supposed to be long term. I don't feel like you looked outside of what was really like, I'm getting important. So there seems to be something like one of you, whether it's you or the other person, feels rejected or neglected or feels discontent or unhappy in this situation. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe it was the feminine that had to like really tap into their emotional energy and see, okay, this is my power. Do I withdraw this back? I have this connection long term, but am I really looking at it that way? You know what I mean? So taking the risk and ending it when you know this is your soulmate, it was like a heavy decision to make here. It could have been where you were indecisive about it. Interesting. Show me this originality thing here. I was getting Six of Swords from that. Okay, what is it? There's regrets. The Five of Cups in connection to deception. Because I feel like you may want to reconcile with this person or they you. Tower. So that'll be like the shocking announcement. But if that's your truth, then say that. You know what I mean? Aquarius is energy, Scorpio energy here. All right. Show me the love affair. See what I'm saying? Four of Cups. You're not happy where you are. If you stepped out and took a risk on ending your soulmate connection, you're not happy where you are. It doesn't feel the same. Something's different. It doesn't feel like it's something that's meant to last long term. It doesn't feel like you really looked deep into the choice that you made with something here. All right. So if you chose to move on, now you're in a sense of regret for doing something deceptive and wanting to reconcile. Is the way it's coming through. Show me the Four of Cups. Yeah, you're not happy. Or someone here is like really feeling rejected. Somebody will be rejected. Something like that. The third party will end. Yeah, that person's not going to be too happy about it either. About you returning back to the past. 11:01 on the clock. Yeah, that person's not going to be happy with you returning back to the past. Show me eccentricity with Saturn in Aquarius. This is kind of like you being, you know, yourself, unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just who you are. The Devil. Maybe you have some negative attachments in your energy. It could be some type of addiction. All right. If it's like sexual involved, that could be an addiction. The Emperor, and that's what you need to communicate to the masculine is what it's saying. Interesting. In order to have some sort of brand new beginning, something has to come back into balance. This could be if you are sexually involved with a masculine and this person is going to be conversing whether they feel that in order to become balanced, you know what I mean? It only has to be one person, not a third party. I'm going to pull one on the Honesty card. The Wheel of Fortune. It'll bring you exactly what it is that you need. Not what you want, but what you need. What's supposed to be on your path and get you back in alignment with where you're supposed to be. Yeah. It could be like when you become happy again. Because right now, it feels like the third party thing that has to end, that's where you're discontent. Or you'll be happier with like, in connection to, it could be family. Yeah, I'm getting family. All right. It's like you have to take a minute, take a step back, really reflect on what was happening around you. All right, Piscean energy here. That's where we were speaking the other day about where Venus went retrograde and where Mercury went retrograde and how they were in Aries and retrograded back into Pisces. That could have been part of this transit. All right, Mercury being part of communication. And this also involving Venus, right? Love. Let's see. The energy may have made you feel that you wanted to try to manifest something new. And now that you've gone in that direction, it kind of seems like you want to stand your ground and move forward independently or speaking your truth. Okay, there's a heavy Aquarian energy here. There's a need to, okay, there's a need to defend your truth and what you really wished for. If you see yourself as the Empress, okay? I got the Hangman, the Magician, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, to the Star, and the Empress, Nine of Cups. Obviously, here's the Mars and Leo transit, okay? So this is what it's saying. It's like right now, in order for you to move forward manifesting, by the way, we spoke about seeing Aquarius and Leo in opposition. This is kind of what I'm feeling here. There's a lot of Aquarian energy here. A lot of fixed energy overall. Something here needs to be stabilized. In order for you to see things in a different perspective, in order for you to manifest, in order for you to stand ground on what you want, you got to speak your truth and keep that in your hopes and wishes. All right, in order to draw in that sense of prosperity and abundance, all right, that you want as the Empress, because that's your wish fulfillment. You might have been keeping this a secret, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to receive what it is that you need. All right, and there's your brand new opportunity. Once you speak your truth, it's going to come back and align you where you need to be. This is Jupiter's energy overall with the Wheel of Fortune, which is currently right now in Gemini, that's going to conjunct with Mercury. So speak your truth. You know what I mean? Yeah, Temperance. So things can kind of at least come back into balance. It looks like you were going through some sort of divorce. I see the King of Swords with the Hierophant. All right, so this could have been like a legal battle in connection to like a marriage. Interesting. Okay. So we had here Capricorn's energy, all fixed signs, Aries, Pisces. Pluto's energy is here, Scorpio. Again, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, and Virgo, and Cancer. So if you guys are out here, that message is for you. All right, I need to switch this energy up real quick. Let's get out of that. What else do we need to talk about today? Hold on a second. Let me go back up. All right, CZ, welcome in. Brenda, welcome in. Heather, Ocean, welcome in, you guys. What else do we need to see? Mars in Capricorn, authority. What is this? That's like the Three of Pentacles energy. Jupiter and Aries, enterprise. Are you starting up a business? Because that's what that looks like. Honesty and seeing. It could be like a spiritual communication type of business. Yeah. Jupiter and Sag. It's all about your principles. Okay. I see 10th house, 1st house, and 9th house. And we got Venus in Virgo with discrimination. So, Venus in Virgo, 9 of Pentacles. Mars in Capricorn, 3 of Pentacles. You make a huge jump here. You're trying to do something on your own if you are starting up a business. I mean, technically, that's what Saturn and Aries energy is. It's starting up a business. All right. So speaking your honesty here. Gaining clarity about the situation when it comes to your principles. Why are you being discriminated? Okay. Mars and Leo, egotism and your pride. Current transit. You need to be patient right here. It looks like you're supposed to be helping others that have difficulty learning. Is that it? 1 second. Jupiter and Virgo. Damn it. Spirit wants me to focus on Mars and Leo first. All right, a dramatic performance, a great creative enterprise, forcing oneself into the lead and or Somebody is bullying somebody else. Jupiter and what? I'll say it, Sag. Planning a grand tour of the world, being completely immersed in a new philosophy or religion, conversion, the need to persuade others of philosophy. You're not meant to persuade anybody. If you are in a position of authority and you are speaking, you know, in connection to this business that you're starting, maybe you are communicating about your principles, and maybe this is what's being discriminated upon, because it feels like you're bullying other people to force them into your way of thinking or whatever your philosophy is in life. You're not supposed to push your ideals onto other people. What was I looking at? Patience. Acting as a secretary for a social or a self-help group, reorganizing the methods and the system of an organization, spending time helping someone with a learning difficulty. That's what I was picking up on. So maybe this is one of your good skills here. All right, maybe you need to start a business with this. The moon, you're an empath. There's things that are hidden that you know about that you need to reveal the truth about. I don't know, I'm getting full moon in Libra. All right, so something about like revealing things that are hidden. All right, in connection to Libra's energy, partnerships, relationships, contracts. Something about that. Things that are unspoken of. All right, things that were meant to be kept a secret. Standing your ground on that. 7 of Wands. Something about like, I don't know. Maybe this is what it is. You know about something and others don't believe in it. Here it is. Okay. Other people don't believe in it. All right, maybe they feel like they just kind of want to walk away from this situation. This is the Saturn and Pisces energy. Again, this is going to be the quincunx and where it comes up. The moon is in Leo right now. Not that they were speaking about Mars and Leo. Mars is going to affect the energy overall because that's where the moon is. The moon is in connection with Mars. Mars is like, wants to take action, wants, you know, to feel passionate about this. But you have to like stand ground on this. It's kind of given like a quincunx energy. All right, these are my ideals. This is what I think. This is what I believe. This is what I'm passionate about. Emotionally, someone may want to walk away. It's not making someone feel like they belong there. 11:11 on the clock. Something like that. Thank you, Divine Hazel. We're like here and here all the time, me and you. All right. Something makes you feel like you're left out in the cold. Something makes you feel like you take losses. Something makes you feel emotionally withdrawn by you focusing in on this energy because it's like other people are discriminating you for it. Show me the principles. The 4 of Pentacles, the Sun in Capricorn. It has all to do with your achievements. All right, and what you've learned that you're able to teach others about, you know, your philosophy in life. 4 of Pentacles means that you have some sort of foundation in your beliefs. All right, and for others, it may seem like there's some sort of deception there. Okay, thank you, Brenda. Maybe you live your life by this strategy of what you believe in, what you've accomplished to understand. You know what I mean? Maybe this is living a life independently. That's what this moon in Aquarius energy means. All right, maybe you live a life understanding, what was it, astrology. That's what that means. The moon in Aquarius, have an interest in astrology. All right, so if those are your principles, people are discriminating you about that. They don't believe in it. They feel that it allows you to be egotistical and prideful and, you know what I mean? I already know I'm going to be experiencing loss. So here, I'm going to start this enterprise so I can let everybody else know what's coming up. Something like that. Something like that. You say my moon is in Aqua and I love astrology. Yeah, I do too. I don't have a moon in Aquarius. I have a moon in Aries though. So the Venus and Virgo energy with discrimination, it obviously just means that you have some sort of involvement with someone in the workplace, and that's what's being discriminated upon. So maybe it's because the love of what you do for work, or how you're to be of service to other people, or how it is that you are bringing a healthy love into your life, okay? I say healthy because of Virgo's energy. It has to do with, that's how you manifest what's meant to come in for you. Look at this. Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. This is the Venus and Aries transit here. All right, so to others or to yourself, it could be where you feel like you're lusting after something so passionate. You know what I mean? Venus in Aries is a very passionate, loving type of energy. Egotism. I don't know if you're connected highly to like some sort of, wow, that's crazy. I went like this. They both came out together. So this would be like someone that's very wise and very older, like somebody that lives by their principles, tradition, you know what I mean? Marriage, that type of thing. But it's in the workplace. Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. All right. So there could be a heavy sense of pride here. Wow. This is how you're manifesting a marriage or something like that. Or manifesting some sort of stability in a home or in connection to family. Something like that is what you're manifesting. This will be like a passionate new beginning for you. But again, it's discriminated upon. Show me egotism. The Nine of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Well, shit. That's some heavy energy to carry right there. That needs to be wrapped up. Anxiety, stress, worries, burdens, discomfort, overworking yourself. Ten of Pentacles in order for you to have it all. That's crazy. Okay? So maybe you're carrying more than what you need to carry because you're not even meant to force these ideals onto anybody else. It's you believe it or you don't. You created a firm foundation by strategy, by understanding the astrology of a situation, by living by specific principles and beliefs. That's fine. Okay, you started an enterprise with this or you want to do so. But for whatever reason, you stand ground on that and you continue to take losses. Why? Saturn in Pisces, Mars in Leo, a quincunx energy. It's a lot of discord, a lot of discomfort, and it's hard, right? Why? Because you're trying to expose something here that seems to be a secret. You want, people to understand why you've made your decision or something like that. The Two of Swords is like the need to make a decision, the need to gain clarity with a situation. But you have to teach people this, Jupiter and Virgo. Let's get there. All right, so it requires a lot of patience. Maybe you do have the patience to do it. If obviously you're like that passionate about it. I got Jupiter in Aries, Jupiter in Sag, Jupiter in Virgo. You have a lot of knowledge about it. You got Mars in Capricorn and Mars in Leo here. Capricorn's telling you go start that career. Mars over here is saying go start that hobby. It doesn't matter how it comes through. You're always going to be discriminated upon. Do you have the balls to do it? You're eccentric, obviously. Okay. So whoever the connection is with the love affair, it's a heavy Aquarian energy here. Saturn in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, Saturn in Aries. All right. This is about you starting up that business and tapping into that deep emotional feeling that you have for that person. Well, hot damn. Show me patience. Oh, I just seen the Tower and the Seven of Cups. This is a heavy Scorpio energy. There could be a lot of either obsession, jealousy, envy, and or possessive feelings, all right? Like deep emotional feelings for something. Or someone has that for you. I don't know. Show me patience. The Emperor. Five of Cups. It came out earlier the same way. All right, so I don't know if it's the person that feels regret. Wow, that's crazy as fuck. Look at that. For losing out on their Empress. Because apparently in the very beginning, the reason why there was some sort of love affair was because there was the wrong decision made and you moved out and stepped away from your counterpart, your soulmate connection. Somebody's in regret about that. 11:17 on the clock. I'm seeing Justice in the Star. Nine of Wands. There should have been a lot more spiritual strength there and there wasn't. My hair looks like shit, you guys. I'm so sorry. I look so ghetto this morning, but I wanted to jump on first. I was going to go shower. Sasha, welcome in, sweetie. If I missed anybody's name, I'm sorry. I'll try to get all of you. What's going on with... Hold on. That like flute. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Spirit wants me to show it. Okay. In connection to that. Got it. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh my God. The damn card flew all the way over. The death card fell on the floor, you guys. So this is like complete ending. Like transformation energy. Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and then to the Six of Wands. Something here, there was a lot of people involved in this. That's why something was like so confusing. Seven of Cups. There could have been a lot of jealousy, envy, again, some sort of illusion, something that was supposed to be kept a secret with the Seven of Cups energy. That's a Venus and Scorpio energy. But something, once it ended, was put into the spotlight. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. I don't know if it had something to do with trying to build your career up, trying to take off with the career, trying to reveal some sort of secrets or bring in the message of that secret to ground everyone else, to be able to put that in the spotlight. Somebody didn't understand your motive here on what you were doing or why something required so much patience with you as their counterpart. So if they were acting shady and they chose to kind of like move away, they didn't understand why you were involving yourself in something that you want to start an enterprise with, why you had specific principles, why this person needed to be patient with you and not sit so much in their fucking ego and trying to gain authority over something that they didn't even understand. That's what I'm getting. Well, hot damn. So there, again, I feel like spiritual strength was tested here. Because if you're the energy of the King of Wands, and you have all this knowledge, and you're seen as a leader, and you're supposed to be the spokesperson for this specific organization, your partner made you feel rejected, made you feel left out, made you feel like you did not fit in with them at the time. Now, that person's being called judgment on. Because either you or them had to take a step back from the situation. But now it's kind of like they want to come back around after having some sort of fight or discussion to have some sort of new beginning. Okay? Which is understandable because it shows me that this person is taking accountability for their shit. Justice. You understand? It could be the feminine energy. Queen of Cups is here with the Hierophant. They did understand they were in love. They were in marriage. It was already exposed that way. Okay, with the Sun here, High Priestess, look at this. Here it is. You understand exactly what's happening here. You guys have a spiritual connection. High Priestess, Hierophant energy. There is the ability to start this back up again, but somebody's got to take accountability for their shit. Speak honesty so that it comes out that that's the truth, all right? I'm going to give you clarity on why this took place. That's what I'm getting. 1 second, you guys. Oh boy. All right, I got Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Pluto, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Leo. Uranus's energy is here. Heavy Sag. And I'm getting Cancer. Like this much Gemini. I just feel like that has to be the communication that had to take place. Okay. Like it clearly says you are searching for a spiritual connection. So if your person does not support you, they regret not being there for you. Something like that. Okay, next spread, please. Let's get into this because it looks like every time I pull new cards, it gets deeper and deeper. Leave these here. Welcome in, Tiff. We'll leave those there. What's that? Daryl, welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. Jimmy, welcome in. Shadaf, welcome in. Your picture on the community tab is so pretty, Jess. Thank you. I'm going to tell you why I posted that. Because this morning when I woke up, I was disturbed this morning. I was disturbed this morning. But when I woke up and I looked at my clock, it said 555. And I was like, oh shit, today's the 5-5 portal. And I was like, I'll just screenshot and post it. Because every time I catch numbers like that, it's always a synchronicity for me. So there will be like a major change today. 555, it's associated in numerology. Number 5 is with Mercury, right? Tomorrow we got Mercury conjuncting Chiron, which again, it's like the key, the portal to you communicating your truth. How can you get past something that may have hurt you or something like that? You know what I mean? Big deal. Yeah. Let's get into it. I'm like fucking sweating under this damn robe. I ain't gonna lie to y'all right now. I'm so irked. Because I want to feel comfortable and I'm not. I should have went and took a shower. That's okay. Heightened intuition with Mercury in Cancer. That is the 3 of Cups energy. Saturn in Scorpio, inheritance. So you have some, I feel like a spiritual inheritance, all right, and where you're able to tap into the spiritual realms. It's kind of what it's giving me. Well, hot damn, come out. Okay, you didn't want to come out. Fine. That wasn't the one. Moon and Sag, optimism. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It feels like a spiritual inheritance. All right, for you to remain optimistic about the future. Being able to tap in with your intuition so you understand what needs to take place here in the 3D. All right, well, the moon in Virgo, that's coming up today. What about it? Venus in Aries, got it. So Aries to Virgo's energy is technically a quincunx. Did we not speak about that? Moon in Virgo with a quincunx to Venus in Aries. That's happening today. This specific transit, I'm going to put that to the side. That's like its own energy. We're going to start here. Your intuition and the inheritance that's given through that intuition is for you to remain optimistic about the future. All right, in connection to your beliefs. 9th house is the knowledge that you have, your beliefs, the philosophy that you have in life, something about like your spirituality. All right, the Venus in Aquarius's energy is on the bottom of the deck. That is the 5 of Swords in tarot, and that speaks about you and your person living separate lives. Okay, like meaning you guys are together, but you don't live together. Like you live separate. You know what I mean? He twisted my words, Cindy. I don't know who you're talking about, Sin. Show me intuition. Temperance and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like the messages that you're getting with your intuition are coming directly from your guides to help keep things in balance. All right. It's on the bottom. The Queen of Wands. Maybe it's something that you do creatively here. Gemini energy with the Lovers. All right. Let's see. Saturn in Scorpio with inheritance. What is this? You have some sort of abundance there with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups. That's earth and water energy. So Ace of Swords. Damn. You're going to gain clarity about this. It feels like a spiritual inheritance. I'm not going to lie. When you speak your truth, yeah. Saturn and Pisces, again, there seems to be some sort of loss here of an inheritance. It's interesting. You're not happy about this loss. I see Cancer, I see Pisces energy here. 4 and the 8 of Cups. That means that, again, you lost out on a specific friendship that was important to you. Moon in Cancer is like a friendship type of energy. Someone that you felt very comfortable with. You would always open up to this person. All right. This feels like a spiritual type of inheritance with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups. The truth is, like, you're going to find out what that is. Anything that makes you feel emotionally rejected or the need to walk away from something, you may have made the right choice, all right? Because you gain clarity about something here. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Optimism. Ace of Cups. So in connection to your spiritual beliefs and the love that you have, all right, how optimistic you are about the future, it has all to do with the way that you love either yourself, all right? Yeah. Love what you do for work, how much heavy responsibility you carry, and being able to communicate, all right, what it is that seems to be of importance in this workplace. You have the love for something that you wouldn't easily be able to walk away from. It's kind of what it's giving me. The moon in Virgo speaks about order. All right, so there's something here that you have the facts about, the details about. All right, maybe something was very important in connection to your health. All right, with the Venus and Aries energy as well. With the Lust card, you can't seem to let something go that easy. I've seen the 2 to the 3 of Wands and the Empress. So it's almost like either this energy that you're planning on moving forward with, you continue to make progress so that you're seen as the Empress, or it just brings in a sense of abundance for you. I don't know. Let's see. So whatever you're going after, basically it calls for you to have to detach from your person, because you can't have both. If you're having spiritual messages come in with the Temperance and the Page of Pentacles, and it's tapped in highly to your intuition, the spiritual inheritance is what's allowing you to, receive the truth about it. All right, something in connection to the honesty that you're speaking, how you've gained perspective about what your third eye has showed you. Okay, optimism. It's giving you the ability to carry self-love, all right, but also put in a lot of hard work, okay, to be able to send these messages and what you do for work. Something like that. Show me moon and Virgo with this quincunx over to Venus and Aries. So the energy of love isn't going to be there. Your emotional state is being drawn to go do work right now. That's what this is. Tower. It's not a fucking pretty scene. It's a quincunx energy. It's a lot of discord, discomfort. You're not feeling happy. That's today. It's like a shock. Something unexpected takes place. You're kind of like a big up fucking blow up, an argument, something. Someone that wants to move forward is going to be heartbroken because you're going to either have to what? Separate from them. You're going to have to detach from them. See? And the energy that you guys share with that flirtation. Why? Because your beliefs, they come first. You have to remain optimistic about what you do for work. You can't be fucking around. That's what I'm getting. All right. Damn it. Virgo energy. What is that? Somebody's shocked with the amount of wisdom that you have with something here. The King of Wands and Aries, a Leo, Sag energy, or just the fact that you are passionate about what you do. All right, as you're seen as a leader and or a spokesperson. All right, Ten of Pentacles, that's a Mercury and Virgo energy. Yeah. 1 second. So Mercury in Virgo is technically at its domicile, but we can also say that it's at its exaltation. I can't speak today. What the fuck is going on? Mercury in Virgo's energy wants you to be cautious. It says detailed craft work, cataloging, a laborious task that needs care and patience, restoration of order at work, and a need to plan ahead. So again, if you're planning on making progress with something here, the shock here is that the wisdom that you carry, the amount of work that you have to put in, if you're seen as a leader, all right, it's going to bring you in a lot of long-term stability and abundance, but you have to be able to put in a lot of hard work. What was the reading that we were pulling yesterday? It kept coming out 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles. Like right now is the time to put in the work, not to be fucking around. What am I, oh, let me get this freaking Venus and Aries energy here. So the Lust card. All right, so this is a brief, wild love affair, a love battle, a fighting, sparring relationship, and or a love challenge. So again, Your work is being called for. So it's bringing a love challenge into your love life. So that's possibly why it's coming through as a love affair in connection to you trying to do something original and start up a business with it. 11:33 on the clock. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let me do detachment for you guys with Venus and Aquarius. Just for those that I have not read that card out for before. It speaks about you and your person living separate lives or some shit. A sudden love affair with a friend, an unusual free-loving relationship, an unusual or an odd relationship, a couple living separate lives, and an agreement in between lovers. Okay? Yeah. And behind that was the energy of the Venus and Sag person. All right, just meaning that this could be someone foreign. All right, maybe they're of a different ethnicity, they have a different belief. I don't know. All right, but it's like you guys have a very flirtatious type of connection, and this person, for whatever reason, all right, is seeking some sort of control here. Jupiter and Capricorn, or they are attracted to the fact that you have control in the specific organization. All right, because of the knowledge that you have, Jupiter in Capricorn. Taking on a responsible position in an organization, achieving recognition for lengthy and patient work, a politician or a business tycoon, a prominent figure in the religious community. Okay, so maybe someone's attracted to that. Maybe you do charitable work. Maybe this has been speculated for a while. All right, but it's very much appreciated at this time with the moon in Leo. So again, with the moon in Virgo stepping in later with a quincunx over to Venus in Aries, it's kind of like your work is calling for your attention, but then there's also this energy of this person's lusting for you. Something like that. Okay? Interesting. Here's the moon in Aries energy. So there's a heavy protection. Mercury in Leo energy, drama, and Saturn in Taurus, the Seven of Pentacle energy. It's kind of giving me like the need to put on a performance in order for you to attract some sort of financial abundance. And I don't see that being a problem, but for others it looks like you're scheming. You need to protect your energy. There might be a lot of fights around the home environment or in between two masculine energies, someone that you feel closely connected to. All right, and it's because they want your devotion. All right, so it could be like two masculines fighting over a feminine energy because they want this person to be devoted to them. There seems to be the need for balance here. Saturn and Libra, it's almost like you're having to go through the separation and divorce of something that you should have been, you know, committed and or devoted to. It's a partnership, a relationship, or some sort of contract. So if it's work, then it's a contract to work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. To other people, you're very resourceful because of how innovative you are and you know about secrets of the universe. This was like the whole Seven of Cups energy with the Venus and Scorpio thing. All right, yeah, Jupiter and Gemini. Here's like you're to other people you're bluffing, I would imagine, but you have knowledge and you're supposed to spread that knowledge so other people understand what's going on. It's like you're putting on a performance here. Jupiter and Gemini current transit. What's happening with that energy today? It's at a sextile, yeah, with Mercury in the sign of Aries. 1 second. Oh, no wonder. That's so funny. Mercury in Aries, research or detective work, competitive written work or some sort of discussion, taking up creative writing, a big argument, a spontaneous communication or contact with the media, with Mercury in the sign of Aries. Jupiter in Gemini is the bluff card. All right, so it speaks about a situation in which one has to impress others with the knowledge, discussions about business or legal affairs, and or a lecture or a talk to a group or a society of people. So that's kind of what we're doing here, right? But it has a lot to do with your beliefs, like your principles, your, you know, however you are with your spirituality. Okay? So whether it's love, whether it's work, whether it has to do with your spirituality, speak your truth today, be honest. Okay? Just be honest. I just saw 54 on the clock when I looked up. All right, we're going to pull one last spread. And I got to go. I got to go. We're going to do later on today a Pluto in retrograde reading and find out what's going on with that. All right, because there was heavy Aquarian energy coming out here. So Pluto obviously is of transformation. We got to find out what's going on. In specific, obviously, Aquarius is groups, members, all right, networking with others. It's the future. It's where you're being innovative. It's technology. I mean, it's fucking everything, okay? We're going to get into that later. Venus in Aries, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman, Piscean energy, Mercury, Virgo, Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. There's something that you want to shift. It seems surrounded by the home environment because of what you've gained perspective about now. Four of Wands, this could be part of your community, the person that you live with, the marriage, and or what you're committed to. It's like your challenge here is receiving some sort of brand new beginning and opportunity to have something fresh. Ace of Pentacles. The Hangman, it's kind of like take a step back, but don't give up. Just try to see things in a different perspective. Once again, it's giving me like third eye energy. Like you need to be illuminated about something here. All right, in connection to what needs to be communicated. In the near future, you're still indecisive about something, but since the past to now, you still are very much abundant. And I don't know what this is in, but it has a lot to do with your, I want to say, your gentleness, how you're kind, you're diligent, you're grounded, okay? You have a lot to offer and you have a lot of knowledge is what that feels like. All right. Anything else? I don't know. As I put the deck back together and shuffled a bit, Sun and Taurus is on the bottom there with acquisition. And right behind that is Mercury and Aries energy. So this is like a semi-sextile type of thing. The Three of Swords is flying out. I don't know if you're separating from something. That's interesting. There's heartbreak. Page of Swords. Somebody's watching what you do for work. How you're handling this energy. Empress, Sun and Taurus. Somebody, okay, so it's a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces is kind of watching in and seeing, all right, I don't know if they're trying to understand the hurt that's caused here, the loss or the separation, and why this is happening, but it has to do in connection with work. Three of Pentacles and the Empress. It's almost like you're supposed to be collaborating, all right, in order for you to achieve something here with the Empress, but still being indecisive about it. I feel like it's because you're being drawn in two separate directions. Mercury and Aries wants you to be restlessness, all right, in connection to communicating, starting up that business. And then the Sun and Taurus is kind of like you still want love and you want to be with your person, something like that. Okay. This could be like a business in beauty, a business doing something artistic, a business being creative with something. Okay. Show me restlessness and acquisition. That's crazy wild. That's crazy wild. It's like spiritually you have to be submissive to something here. This is a Mars and Pisces energy. With the Hermit, that's Pisces and Virgo in opposition. So that would be technically upcoming with this moon in Virgo. That opposition starts happening on Thursday the 8th. Yeah. Thursday the 8th, we'll see the opposition to the moon in Virgo over to Neptune in Aries, Venus in Aries. And by Friday into Saturday, we'll see it in opposition to Chiron as well as to Mercury. Mercury is going to then ingress into the sign of Taurus on the 10th. There's something here about what you need to see in connection to your happiness. Okay? I feel like the spirit guides are trying to show you what's most important, and it has to do with, I don't know, family or having some sort of brand new beginning with that. Ace of Cups. That's why I feel like right now it's imperative that you focus on being honest and communicate that out. Be transparent with your person, something like that. Because you're pulled in two different directions here. The Two of Swords, you're indecisive. And whoever's spying in is the person that's like heartbroken. Who's this? The Page of Cups. Somebody's going to come through with an apology. And the person is going to react in this way. They're going to be like, fuck you, I don't give a shit. Even though they're dealing with sorrow. They're probably like in despair about the situation emotionally is what I'm feeling. Their ego is going to get in the way. That's the egotism card. They're not going to want to hear it. Whether this is your person, soulmate or not, they're still kind of crying over the spilled milk. 3 of Cups and what was taking place back there. Whatever happened. Page of Pentacles. Will the offer be accepted? Maybe. Alright, because I'm kind of seeing like we're still in the second decan of Taurus season, 6 of Pentacles. So this person is going to want balance. They're like an equal give and take, some sort of reciprocity in order for the shit to turn out in their favor. High Priestess and the 2 of Cups. Alright. More than likely it will take place. Your intuition is going to like lead you to become emotionally balanced in this situation. 3 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. Others are going to go down the road of challenges, conflict, competition, blah, blah, blah. And it has to do with what you do for work. So you either choose your work or you choose your love life. If you choose your love life, it's going to come through with an apology. At first, the person is going to be very standoffish, but the message will come through as, okay, I want reciprocation from you, okay? And if it, where the Wheel of Fortune turns and that doesn't work out, it looks like the intuition part and the spiritual thing will take off. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I don't know, something about Jupiter and Gemini and Saturn and Pisces as I split the deck. Okay. So these are 2 like mutable energies. You're supposed to be like flexible and adaptable right now. It's kind of what I'm getting. All right. I don't know what that's calling for. Let me get one on that energy. Jupiter, Gemini, and Saturn and Pisces. I'm pretty sure Saturn is right now at like the 28th degree. Yeah. Saturn's at 28 degrees in 18 minutes. So damn, we're hitting like a critical point with Saturn right now. In the month of May, it steps into the sign of Aries, and that's on the 24th. Today is the 5th, 11:44 on the clock. As I say that, Pisces at 29 degrees, it speaks about a prism and how we're meant to see God in everything. I believe that's what it is. Yes. So your principles right now could be of significance. It says there are 2 directions that concern us deeply, whether we are looking for God or looking as if through God's eyes. So that kind of just showed me again the 2 of Swords in the near future. Okay, it says the white light is divided into a diversity of rainbow colors by a raindrop or a prism and shows clearly the allegory of the relationship between the one and the many. Isn't this what we've been seeking for? The understanding of our relationship with God. God chose to express itself as diversity, the creator that created a multiplicity of facets of itself. We cannot therefore ever expect to end our evolutionary journey since God itself is not static. The creator is creative and so always changing its expression like a kaleidoscope. Life itself therefore requires differentiation. We do not know God only by surrendering the self. We need also to express the self creatively. So that's what I feel like you're trying to do. It's like you're trying to be restless right now and finding a way for you to be creative with the sun in Taurus. Okay, moving past that energy, what were we looking at? Damn it, I lost it. Jupiter and Gemini. 1 second. And that's currently right now at 22 degrees and 18 minutes. We'll look at Gemini at the 23rd degree. Speaks about 3 fledglings in a nest high in a tree. So 21st to the 25th degree speaks about clearing some sort of energy up here. Beginnings of spiritual integration, support for our first attempts to creatively express our spiritual awakening. That's what I feel this is. New levels of spiritual integration. So if you're part of a community of people and you have a job and where you're meant to impress people with your knowledge, as we were speaking about the bluff card with Jupiter and Gemini, you're at the stage right now of the beginning of a spiritual integration. Okay, so a mind that is able to hold its rational and non-rational aspect in equal dynamic balance is able to rise above conditioned unconscious states of being. This is the necessary integrated attitude of the mind that supports true what? Creativity. All right, so it's part of an elevation. It's kind of giving me and showing me like judgment. All right, and where you're supposed to be like awakening and having some sort of ascension there. The birthing of inspiration necessitates a degree of sanctuary. Interesting. All right. I mean, you're trying to see God in everything and trying to birth something through creativity, but it has to be with spirituality. All right. Wow. So anything that has made you feel like you've taken a loss in the past or has some sense of regret or sorrow in connection to what you've lost out on, and you know that behind you there's a soulmate connection there, that's where you're going to be reconciling with here. I was feeling judgment and it came out with the sun. So this is of significance right now. This is Pluto's energy that is now in retrograde, and here we have the sun in Taurus. Okay, Pluto and being in Aquarius and the sun being in Taurus, obviously we saw that square already. There's a lot of tension there. Okay, in part of your ascension, you have to remain focused. It's kind of what I'm getting. Focused. So from the sun to judgment, that's an ascension in itself. That's like you taking a step forward, overcoming some sort of like sorrow, and doing it with endurance, because the Five of Cups is Mars and Scorpio energy, and that has a lot to do with like being in its domicile. It's like having the ability to push forward. King of Swords, staying focused and concentrated on the task at hand is how I just heard it. Jupiter and Gemini, the Eight of Swords, okay? Trying to get past that mental entrapment, the beginning of a spiritual integration. Yeah, has something to do with the past as well, all right? Sun and Scorpio's energy, the transformation that has to take place. There could be something as far as an inheritance coming through spiritually is what it feels like. Again, here's the moon and Cancer energy, and where you may feel that you missed the opportunity before, you're going to be assertive this time around. You're going to feel like restless on getting what it is that you need out of this energy. All right, you guys, I got to go. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. We're going to do the whole Pluto in retrograde Aquarius reading in just a bit. Catch you on the next one. Bye.